Yes, folks, welcome back. And I'm really sorry for posting this video so late, but I was falling back on topics and I did not know what to talk to you people. And I'm not a person, who would just come and give you something and go away. That is not my forte. So, yes, please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon to get more updates on my channel. And yes, I'm going to start the story thing from today itself. So basically today, right now I'm not going to discuss a story with you, but I was reading a story with my child this afternoon, and what I realized is uh, I was not telling her the signs and symbols that we generally use in our writing. So then then I thought, let us just start teaching her about the signs and symbols as well. And first thing I did is teaching her a full stop or a period or a decimal point, as we call it in mathematics. But generally in English it is either, we call it as a full stop because that is where we stop a sentence. When there is a full stop, the sentence finishes there. And it is also called period. You must have heard it in English movies, saying something and then saying period, which means this topic ends right here. So there are few other symbols. For example, hyphen is a line in between the words. So basically people call it a dash, but no, it is a hyphen. In the process of trying to teach my child about symbols, I found this little print on internet, and I thought of sharing it with you. In fact, I would like to explain the uh, symbols here. So I have explained a period symbol to you, and folks, it is very essential, people, that we should know these signs and symbols because they can essentially change the meaning of the sentence that you are going to say, or even the word that you're using. Everything can be changed with this symbol. So it is very necessary that we know the symbols and the meaning that they hold when they're used in any particular sentence. So the very common and very mostly used one is a period or a full stop, which, as I have told, is used to finish a sentence or finish something or a topic that we usually speak. Then we have a semicolon. In a semicolon, we actually do not finish the sentence completely, but we finish that thing partially. Means it is like इतना भी है और इसके बाद जो है वो भी है. So that is how it is. That is where the semicolon is used. Then we have a colon, which is two dots. It is here. This is a colon. So colon is used when we try to explain a topic. For example, you write nouns and then you give a colon, which means I'm going to explain this particular topic that I have written here. I mean, noun and colon is I'm going to explain noun in whatever I'm going to write further. Then we have an exclamation mark. So exclamation mark is used when you are having a surge of emotions. For example, either you're surprised or you're shocked, or that kind of emotion. For example, I can't believe you just did that! Exclamation mark. I am surprised you did that! Exclamation mark. So exclamation mark is basically where you explain a surge of your emotions, and generally it comes with a question kind of impact, but it is not a question, it is an exclamatory sentence and it comes with an exclamation mark. And then we have a question mark, which we all know. If you don't know something or you're asking something which you know an answer of, generally ladies do that, but that is where you use a question mark whenever a question is implied. Whenever you're asking something, then we use a question mark. Then we have apostrophe, which is also known as prime. So this is an apostrophe. We know this with an apostrophe apostrophe s, which we usually use. For example, this belong to Trupti, or this is Trupti's pen. So Trupti apostrophe, and then you write an s, so that is apostrophe. Then you have a quotation mark. Whenever you say something which has been quoted by somebody or which has been said by somebody, you put them in quotation mark. So this is the quotation mark is put essentially when you're quoting something which is being said by somebody as it is. You do not change the sentence. You have to write or you have to say it as it is, and only then the quotation mark comes in picture. So quotation mark, it's 2 commas. Then we have parenthesis, which is like a bracket, but those are round brackets, so that is called parenthesis. Yes, I don't know much about this. I'm going to find out and I'm going to tell you in my next video. Then we have the less than and more than marks, and I am teaching my daughter that as alligator's mouth and that way she's finding it easy when I'm teaching her. So a less than mark, or it is like this. So that is a less than or more than mark. Then we have equal to, that which are two parallel lines. So that is equal to. Then we know about this. This is a dollar sign. It is quite famous. Then we have slash. स्लैश मीन दिस और दिस, या फिर ये और ये बीच में आती है एक स्लैश. स्लैश इज अ स्लैंटिंग लाइन लाइक दिस. And then we have a percent sign, which we all know because we have been dealing with percentage all our life. Then, as I had discussed earlier, we have a dash or a hyphen, and hyphen is always written between the sentences. It is used, sorry, not between the sentences, between the words. Hyphen is used between the words. Okay, and when the line travels a little bit down and it comes on the line below where we write the sentence, then that is an underscore, and that is not an hyphen. So please don't get confused. Hyphen is always written between two words, and underscore is written down. It is in between, but not in the middle of the line, but here. For example, if this is a line, underscore is here and hyphen is here. I feel that is the way I can explain. Then we have this very famous sign these days, which is, we call it as hashtag, but it is actually a number sign. It means this is some number. Then we have this, which is ampersand. It is a Latin alphabet actually, which was the 27th alphabet in our ABCD, but we have cancelled it in the British and the American English. So it is ampersand, and we also use it as an and usually. I don't know how much correct it is, but we do use it. I am not sure. Then we have this @ sign, which we have on our keyboard, and we use it for our email accounts as well. Then we have the star sign, which is asterisk, which marks something as an important thing. Asterisk. I have to show it to you here. This is the asterisk sign. And then we have our very famous commas. So people, I'm sure we have covered maximum signs here. I have left few because I don't know a lot about those, or a lot where it is used, but I promise that I'll get back to you with those signs, and I'll explain you the origin and where it is used, how it is used, what is its significance. And if anybody has any problem in what we have discussed today, or anything that you want me to update, so you can please put it in the comment section, and I'll be happy to read and respond to it. And if you want a video on anything apart from this, please feel free to write in the comment section, and I'll try to make a video on that part as well. And please revise your signs and symbols, because it is essential that you know the meaning and the significance of particular sign and symbol, because it is very important, and it can change the entire meaning of how you have understood a sentence and what it actually meant. So that's up for today. Like for right now, I'm going to come up with a story in like next 3 or 4 hours maybe, because I would like to select a nice story which will be interesting for our kids. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon for more updates like this, which will be teeny tiny information which we generally miss upon. Yeah. And again, I apologize for posting a video so late, but I was little unwell, and then I was out of topics. I did not know what to discuss, so I was churning some information in my mind and trying to find out a good topic which will be significant and also something that you people would love to have. Yeah, so then bye bye for now, and have fun guys. Bye.